Thanks everyone for tuning in to Akina TV again. Today we're going to be going over Baldur's Temple Guide in the Veritas District. Okay, our first boss of the instance is located right inside the doors. It's going to be this giant baboon monkey king. He's a pretty easy boss in general to fight. He doesn't have a lot of difficult mechanics. His one thing is he's going to run up one of those coconut trees or palm trees over there, and he's going to hide up in the tree. You got to DPS the tree until it breaks and knocks him down. If you do tank him away from the trees, though, you can interrupt those the run to the tree, and you can actually keep him on the ground, which is what we did in this video here. Alright, immediately after the first boss, there's going to be a maze you need to run through. Normally somebody in the group will know the way, but just in case you didn't, I went ahead and put this video in. There are a couple mobs that will aggro to you during the maze. Don't worry about them, just keep on going, and about once you get to the top of the stairs at the end of the maze, the mobs will de-aggro. Okay, here we have the second boss of the instance. This guy's going to be pretty straightforward. If you ever fought the BAMs, he's a lot similar in a lot of aspects. He does have a forward and back roll. What we did in this fight is you can put a campfire down in this corner over here, and you can actually stop a lot of his roll just by tanking him with his back against that campfire. He does have a wave of trees that will run down the entire length of this area. There are gaps in those trees, so you're going to need to avoid them. Or you can stand against the wall right here in this one spot and they won't ever bother you. The main boss himself has a couple attacks normal to the BAMs. He does have a whirlwind AoE where he takes off his arms and throws them at you. Doesn't seem like the best strategy, but it seems to do a lot of damage. He also has a mortal wounds effect. You're going to just dispel that. It's going to cut your healing in about half or maybe even more than that. So just make sure you're on top of your D-spells. Alright, the third boss of Baldur's Temple is going to be a really easy fight. The main mechanic of this guy is just making sure you're dodging the red balls that fly through. He is going to target one person, and it will give you an alert saying that he's locked on to you. You're going to want to run away from the group, and then all the statues around the outside are going to be shooting red balls at you. They do hit for a little significant amount of damage, especially if you're taking a couple of them. So just keep moving around and dodging them. Other than that, it's a really straightforward fight. There's not a lot of damage that goes out on either end beside those red orbs. Alright, now we're at the final boss of the instance. From 100 to 70%, he's going to be a standard tank and spake fight. You're going to want to watch out for a couple abilities. He's got a charged laser that he shoots straight forward after locking onto a random group member. He has a charged laser that he shoots down towards him in front, right behind the tank. And he also has got a jump up, fly around, and then land. These ones can be interrupted by stuns, so do your best to just avoid the damage. He then at 70% is going to do two things. He's going to first put a debuff on somebody. It's going to be undispellable, and it's going to be a blind. What's going to happen is basically your screen is going to get darker and darker and darker till it's pitch black and you can't see anything. This being the only status effect that happens, one of the DPS or the healer is going to have to run over to a mirror located on either side of the walls and just use that mirror as the teleport. Is going to use that mirror and dispel that debuff on you. A little bit after he uses that blind, he's going to gain a shield on him that prevents damage. This is going to be countered by a giant cannon in the far back of the room. One DPS or a healer is going to have to run over to that cannon and grab it. It's a standard vehicle UI. You're just going to aim a shot. You want to hit the boss once he's got that shield. He will run to the center of the room, so you can pre-aim to the center of the room to make it a real easy shot. If you do miss, however, he will throw down a couple pools on the ground, then channel and one-hit the group. This can be dodged by running around the pillars or shooting a second shot at him. It is a 24-second cooldown though, so I'd be a little bit careful with that. The final thing at 30%, he's going to drop down into his enrage timer. Alright, this last enrage stage is going to be a 3-minute DPS race to knock him down. He's not going to use his blind or his damage shield, so you don't have to worry about manning the cannon or the mirrors. You're going to want to just stack on the boss and nuke him as hard as possible. Make sure that you are using consumables. It's going to help a lot. Also, make sure you save your stuns and knockdowns and any leashing abilities that might interrupt his laser walk. I've had a couple wipes before by just not timing those stuns properly, and that laser walk will almost instantly kill the entire group. As far as the enrage goes, the 3 minutes is signified by your screen slowly getting darker and darker. At 3 minutes your screen will be pitch black and then you will all die. So good luck fighting that, and just make sure you bring your A game DPS. Alright, as the last 30% of the boss winds down here, I just wanted to say thanks again for watching. It means a lot for me, and also hope it's a little bit helpful for you. At least help clear up some of the issues with some of these dungeons. I know there's a lot of problems going around with them right now. I am going to be working on the hard mode versions of all these current dungeons, and I'm going to have those out for you as soon as I can, okay? Do me a favor, like and subscribe, and leave any comments if any suggestions or anything you want to see in the next videos.